Warning. The content on this channel is not intended or suitable for minors below 13 years of age. If that is you, please click off and come back when you're older. By continuing beyond this point, you affirm that you are 13 years of age or older.
What's up? What is going on, swearers? Back with part 4 of Astrologaster, in which we are playing a sort of a beginning of modern English doctor who is treating all sorts of issues, some of which don't involve medicine at all, relying, of course, upon the stars for reading. One thing about this game, I don't know constellations all that well. So when you're choosing constellations and how they relate to the different zodiac signs, it's kind of helpful to have an idea of that. I've just been choosing whatever the least amount of squares that come up for the given choices when that is the case, when it comes up with letter choices instead of astrological signs. So, and it's a strategy that isn't working super well on some of the characters, but fuck it, that's what we're rolling with. I don't know the constellations well enough, or honestly, even the zodiac signs well enough to predict it. But I am definitely getting a kick out of this with kind of how it relates to history and everything. So, let's get back into it.
Watch another ages, watch a night and day. If a woman has your heart, you cannot let her stray.
Okay.
Glad to see you this evening. Do you bring news?
Aye, some very good news. At least if you confirm it for me. Methinks I am with child.
Dun, dun, dun.
How very wondrous. And, have you any idea of who might...
Aye, verily, with child. But I dare not to. Forsooth, what if it be naught but false hope?
Then let us ask the stars without delay. Is Mistress Avis Allen verily with child?
Whoa. This has a lot of them. Let's pick that. Let's just pick that.
I'm sorry to tell you, Avis. You are not with child this time.
Nay, verily?
I am feared so.
That's why.
Why are you so plump at present? Well, you're not as young as you once were, but there's a trifle more exertion around the house.
And then you call me a plump, lazy old woman?
'Tis not I, 'tis the stars. I have no control over...
Oh, how could
Alright,
you
I gotta go
speak
back
such...
to picking just the
Oh,
ones.
why must you
the
insult me
smallest amount of
so?
them.
What new imagined
But I
silly
mean, who
argument
cares?
that you
I
would punish
don't-
me for now?
I
By
don't,
my truth, 'twas never my intention
I have
to
her
insult
letters,
you,
so
Avis.
whatever.
But I see I have vexed you. Pray forgive me, Avis.
Fret not, Simon. In truth, I know you mean no harm. Methinks 'tis that such disappointment is hard to bear. I did so wish it to be true, that you and I were to have a child.
Oh, whoa. Am I ever to be a mother? Unless. Could Simon be wrong? Yes. Okay.
Rich but not satisfied, mayhap you have not tried this one weird trick for displaying your wealth. By herbs and confections to boost your complexion and pass idle powers tending to your health.
Wow. That was a cool insertion of memes. This is really a really clever game.
Good even, sir. Who do I have the pleasure of welcoming to my chambers this day?
Nicholas Muggs, proprietor of Muggs Rugs down on Silver Street.
Ah, the wig makers. You supply wigs to players, do you not? I have heard tell of your fine work from some of my playhouse querents.
I thank ye for your kindness, sir. I do hear you are very skilled at your trade also. For are you not the curer of the plague of 92? Forsooth, I do hope you may cure me as well. For though I do not think I have the plague, whatever I have is doubtless most grave, no matter what my wife thinks.
And what is it your wife thinks?
It be her mind that I have taken naught but a chilly cold in the head. But 'tis not so, Dr. Foreman, for I ache all over. My throat is grown sore, and I cough day and night.
Day and night, you say?
Aye, verily.
I see.
Well,
Then
thanks for
let
bringing
us
it
consult
here.
The stars. What does ail Nicholas Mugg?
Oh, that's tempting. We're gonna go with this though.
I am pleased to say that your wife is correct, and you have little to worry over. You have what we doctors call frigidus ad hominem, or as it is more commonly known, a man cold.
Frigid... A man cold, you say?
Aye, it is a cold in the head, suffered uniquely by those of the male sex, and although it be a minor affliction, the suffering can be very great.
A minor affliction, you say? That cannot be right. I bid you check the stars again, sir. For see how ill I am, and my throat grows so hoarse I can hardly speak.
I think the trouble in your throat may be occasioned by overuse. Perhaps you might try, discoursing less.
Well, I think you ought to know that I will be seeking a second opinion.
As you will, sir. Good day.
Damn it. Ah! I will now to the apothecary go for a tincture of herbs. An apothecary may always be counted on to sell a man a cure.
Robert Lord Dare rose a rising star, dashing and debonair, he will go far. O'er London breathes him with cries of huzzah. Into transport stays with sweet we are.
Good day, my lord. How may I do you service? Would it pertain to some thrilling adventure upon which you may soon be embarking?
Indeed it does. Sir Walter Raleigh and I did recently come across some intelligence concerning a fleet of Spanish ships that will soon be sailing home from the New World, bearing a goodly cargo of gold. Raleigh and I plan to borrow the royal fleet, which we will use to intercept the ships and seize the treasure.
Huzzah! But, borrow the Royal Navy, you say?
Aye, only temporarily, of course. The Queen will hardly know her ships are gone. Indeed, when we return them to her bearing a handsome prize of Spanish gold, she will doubtless forgive our failure to file the correct paperwork and whatnot.
Doubtless. And how may I assist your lordship in this glorious endeavour?
Well, in order to intercept the Spanish fleet, we must know which route it is planning to take. One possibility is that it returns to Spain having retrieved the gold from the New World's southern continent. The other possibility, and this is the one Sir Walter thinks most likely, is that the gold has already been transported by conquistadors from the southern continent up to Havana, and the ships are to fetch it from there.
Then let us see whether the stars can tell us upon which route the treasure ships may be intercepted on their return to Spain from the New World. Will they be sailing from the southern continent, or from the Spanish colony of Havana?
Alright, we're choosing the one with the least. I don't know what any of these are.
The Spanish treasure ships will take a direct route back from the southern continent, from whence the gold was, found. For it seems the treasure was, well, discovered by the fleet's own soldiers.
Excellent, excellent. But where are we to intercept them? Pray, give me the precise day, latitude, and longitude.
Certainly, my lord. But divining nautical coordinates is a somewhat
my God.
lengthy and complex process. If your lordship would kindly return in an hour or so.
Quickly, sir. I have not the time to bide here all day.
Well then, let me see now. Taking into account the position of Jupiter, divide by 3, carry the 1. Yes. The Spanish treasure ships may be intercepted upon the 15th day of October at a latitude of 9 and 40 degrees north and 5 and 20 degrees west. Or thereabouts. That said, however, I cannot promise you that...
Excellent. Raleigh and I shall sail to this very spot. Huzzah!
Huzzah! Godspeed, my lord.
This guy's an idiot. Okay. Letter. Give me the letter. God damn it. I wonder if my men have yet contrived to scrape all that damnable Manchego cheese off my astrolabe.
Though she never went to school, and she's kind and never cruel, do not take Alice for a fool. Alice Clark, she is no fool.
Good evening to you, madam. How might I...
Hi. Pray go tell your master, Mr. Foreman, that Mistress Alice Blagg is come to see him.
Mistress Blagg. It is I, Dr. Simon Foreman, at your service. And what an honour it is to welcome the wife of the Dean of Rochester to my humble practice. To whom do I owe my thanks for having recommended you to my care?
Well, I will not lie. You owe your thanks to nobody. For folk do tell me that you are not a real doctor, but a quack, who does conjure demons and dabbles most unlawfully in the dark arts.
I do assure you, madam, that whatever you may have heard, I am
Nay, do not quibble, sir. If I did seek the counsel of a doctor who has one of those fancy medical degrees, or the kind of high-bred know-it-all who does see fit to judge a woman and vex her most cruelly, I would have gone elsewhere. But, truth be told, I have need of such a man as you, for I have been bewitched by a witch.
I see.
Yea, a loathsome spell has been cast upon me. It does cause me to awaken in the morning with a most terrible pain in my head, a pain so wretched it does have me chundering into my chamber pot.
Pain in the head and involuntary purging.
Oh my god, chundering is like the
your
best
suffering
word.
is occasioned by witchcraft.
Well, the timing is most unnatural. My troubles do occur every Saturday morning without fail. I suspect the doings of our new neighbour, the widow MacDoon. As well as being Scottish, she does possess several cats.
Several cats, you say?
One or two of which I may have kicked, and now she has seen fit to take revenge upon me with her dark, foreign magic.
Indeed. Scotland is well known for the powerful black witchcraft practiced by its womenfolk. But as compelling as this evidence may be, my practice does draw upon the latest scientifical arts. To diagnose your condition, I must first perform a rigorous astronomical analysis. So, let us see now, what do the stars say is the cause of your Saturday morning suffering?
Okay. Yeah. Let's just go with that.
Your feminine instincts serve you well, Mistress Bligh. Witchcraft is indeed the cause of your suffering. But happily, it is but a weak enchantment. A moment, madam, while I consult my medical reference. Now, let me see now. Warts, wasting of the hands, water on the brain, witchcraft. Aye, lifting the spell will be quite simple. First, you must wait for the witch to enter her house. Then you must climb up onto the roof and pull out a handful of thatched straw from above the door. And then take the aforementioned straw home with you and burn it.
So Mistress MacDoon verily is a witch. Well, upon my honour,
Sure.
I did know it. That spiteful, ginger-wicked she-devil. The next time I do see that woman's cats in my garden, I will kick those mangy beasts from here to the very moon.
That would be impressive if you could do that. I mean, not kicking cats, just that's a really long distance. Kicking anything that far. I wonder where I might procure a ladder. I have never climbed up on a roof before.
Beware conspirations, plots and machinations, the schemes of big physics to sell you their wares. Accuse to us violence, but they call it science. They multi beneath and belittle our fears.
Okay, so this guy is fucking crazy.
Ah, well met, Mr. Mugg. How fare you since our first consultation?
It seems as you were right. Though I was, in sooth, much troubled with the vile disease of, what did you say it was? Fudgipus and Honeyman, I did not die.
Frigidus ad hominem. I am most glad to hear it, sir. Indeed, you do look well.
Well, mayhap I look well now, but 'twill not be for long. I have been poisoned.
Poisoned? By the saints! Who is the author of this foul deed?
My friend George Sprottle, the bookbinder. I did dine with him not 2 hours ago.
Ah, I see. A bout of evil digestion. Pray tell, was there turned meat or some such at table?
Nay, not meat. 'Twas a pie full of cherries. I had a bite of it afore I knew what I was eating.
Cherries, you say?
Aye, cherries. And this after I took particular care to give Mistress Sprottle a list of foods I must not eat. I added cherries to the list when I did hear that the Countess of Devonshire has declared against their noxious qualities.
The Countess of Devonshire, you say? Noxious qualities, indeed. And now your symptoms, Mr. Mugg. Had you any reaction after eating these cherries?
My reaction? Well, I reacted as any man would. I spat them out. And know you what Mr. Sprottle did then, Dr. Foreman?
Nay, but pray tell.
He did laugh at me. He even called me a dinner-ralphing fusspot. Fine. I may soon be in the grave, thanks to George. Will he still be laughing then?
Probably.
Let us not speculate, shall we, Mr. Mugg? Now, let us see what the stars may tell us. What ails Nicholas Mugg?
Oh boy. Cherry poisoning. Yeah, let's go with that. Sure.
Aye, it seems you have indeed been poisoned. The cherries have provoked an imbalance of choler. You must take the antidote for cherry poisoning, which is... let me see what I have here in my cabinet. Ah, yes. Saccharum officinarum. Dissolve a pinch of these crystals on your tongue before dinner for a week.
Saccharum?
Saccharum officinarum, more commonly known as sugar.
Sugar, forsooth. I have heard tell of sugar. 'Tis a rare and fine substance, I do believe, and therefore doubtless most efficacious.
Indeed. Get out of here, idiot. Okay. I must now to my grocery go, for they say the Countess has had a portrait painted in which she sits beside a bowl of grapes. Oh my god! Oh my god. Oh my god! Oh. Okay.
William! Ah, there you are. Did Mistress Allen call whilst I was out this day? Nay? You're quite sure about that, are you? I see. I cannot understand it. Why has Avis not come these past weeks? Does she no longer wish to see me?
Two, three, two. Oh. Okay.
I see. The stars confirm that Avis is with child, but that she knows not who the father is. How can that be? For Mr. Allen is not able to perform... Then my suspicions were correct. Avis verily has been intercoursing with another man. Well then, if Avis has other men, why, I have opportunities of my own, have I not?
Okay. Perhaps my jealous passions had no foundation before, but now they've been scientifically validated. Uh-oh. Sir, I must inform you that your judgment that my neighbor Molly McDoon was a witch is very wrong. You instructed me to retrieve a handful of straw from her roof and burn it to lift the spell she had cast upon me. But as I was doing so, I happened to disturb a cat that had been sleeping there. The fright this occasioned me and said cat caused us both to fly out and fall to the ground, bringing Mistress McDoon out of her house demanding explanations. Thereupon I did confess I thought her a witch. At first she was fully vexed, but when I told her of my Saturday morning suffering, she took to laughing most riotously. She did then call me a dozy wee lass and fetch me a bottle of a special tonic the Scots take in the mornings after having much caroused on brown liquor, and having now relied upon this tonic for some weeks past, I can attest that it was not you but Molly McDoon who did cure me of my illness. I bid you think on that, Mr. Foreman. Anyway.
Nothing like the sun, is no brighter rests or dawn, and that is our description done, for she flies her
Good day, Mistress Lanier. Much time has passed since I last saw you. How do you fare?
In truth, not well, Dr. Foreman, not well at all.
Then I am full sorry for it, madam. Pray, tell me what manner of ill has befallen you?
I have been publicly humiliated. Mr. S. has been circulating a collection of insulting sonnets about an unnamed dark lady, and all of London thinks this dark lady is me.
Oh, well, your complexion is rather, that is to
I am
say-
described as having foul breath and black wires for hair. Though methinks the very worst line is the one that tells of a gross body rising at the utterance of my name. And I cannot abide illusions, Dr. Foreman. If Mr. S. wishes to reference bodily levitation and other such cheap stage magic, he would do well to leave my name out of it. My interest is in the dramatic arts, not fairground attractions.
I am not sure that is quite his meaning.
Dr. Foreman, you know of Mr. William Shakespeare, then? Do not tell me you have read the sonnets.
Well, I own that I have. But as you did remark, madam, all of London has read them.
Well, I am undone. My professional reputation is now utterly spoiled, for now the whole world will look upon me as naught but Mr. Shakespeare's fancy wench. No longer will they judge me on my own merits.
Let us hope it is not as grave as that, madam. Have you discoursed upon the matter with him?
Nay, I dare not confront him about it. For we are almost at an end with our work on a play, and I dare not risk it not being staged.
Then let us see what the stars advise.
Okay.
What may Mistress Lanier do to restore her professional reputation?
3, 2, 2. Let's do this one.
You are right to be concerned about the damage to your reputation, Mistress Lanier, for there is a danger that your partnership with Mr. Shakespeare and his depiction of you in his sonnets will forever overshadow your own literary achievements.
God's womb. But what can I do to forestall such an injustice?
I suggest you spread a rumour of your own about another lady. For instance, there is a brothel owner in Clerkenwell they call Black Luce. If you were to put it about that she is the subject of Shakespeare's sonnets, 'twould do her reputation no harm. Indeed, the effect will be quite the reverse, for doubtless there be many a man at present who would pay handsomely for a tumble with Shakespeare's dark lady.
Well, indeed. I do feel 'tis most important to advance the interests of my fellow women, especially those seeking to make their way in business. Oh, do you see that, Dr. Foreman? 'Tis your mute Italian querent, Signor Ferraro. He is staring at us through the window.
Is he? Then doubtless he has come for another consultation.
Sure. Oh, nice. Not only shall I rescue my reputation, I shall be a good ally to this. What was her name again? Ah, yes. Black Loose.
When it feels like a flame, a military cliche. When it feels like a flame, a military cliche. It's from Ferraro, Signor Ferraro.
Oh god, this guy in his shitty Italian accent.
Good day, senor, and well met.
Tis I, Riccardo Ferraro, come once again to see the great Dottore Simon Foreman.
Indeed, I did recognize you, senor. How may I assist you this day?
I am ill. I tell you my problems. First the problem. I do make a chandar in the morning. Next the problems. My belly does swell and my chest, 'tis a most tender to the touch. And now, for the very most terrible of problems. I have the big fears. One moment I do weep, and the next I do curse and gnash my teeth. So, Dottore, you tell what ails me, huh? You wanna make water into this cup? Un momento, I make the water.
Nay, not in my... prithee, hold. If you please, senor. As with our previous consultations, I shall be judging your illness by...
Why does he want to
the
pee in, like,
stars.
in a drinking cup?
You need none of my...
Nay, senor, I have no need of it. Whilst 'tis true that most physicians do spy and sniff their patients' urine, I find this method of piss-pot diagnosis most imprecise. Indeed, the practice is quite primitive. 'Tis my belief that if medicine is to advance in this modern age, we must all adopt a more scientifical method. I am quite sure history will bear me out on this question.
This scientific method. Is reading my diagnosis in the stars?
Precisely so. Speaking thereof, perchance we may consult the stars now.
Okay.
What illness troubles Signor Riccardo Ferraro?
Yes! Yeah, fuck it. You're pregnant.
This is exceeding strange. Your complaints of a tender chest, morning purges, swelling, along with the positions of the planets, they suggest you are with child.
You would judge me, a man, as being with a child? Gods of blood! What kind of a dottore are you?
Well, indeed, it does seem strange. I may have gotten my calculations wrong. Unless, of course, your moustache is naught but a cunning disguise. But I jest, senor. It was not my intention to doubt your manliness.
You jest! A lady who would disguise herself as a man? So silly. I think you see too many plays by Mr. Shakespeare, huh? Riccardo Ferraro bids you good day.
That was a close shave. Ah. Okay.
Good day, Mr. Mugg. Pray tell, did the matter with the, cherries resolve itself in the end?
Those sugar crystals you gave me did work wondrous well. Verily, Dr. Foreman, methinks you should fashion this medicine into little round pills and sell them by the score. I warrant you would make your fortune.
Yes, if only I could have my querents believe that mere sugar pills were the cure for all their ills, great and small, I would be a very rich man indeed, would I not? And what may I assist you with this day, Mr. Mugg?
I have the spotted fever. I must begin treatment now, or else
Hold, sir. The spotted fever is exceeding rare. Why would you think you have such a disease?
Well, sir, not only am I covered all over in red spots, I have lately taken to chundering, such as are the very symptoms listed in the medical book I did read. I am already taking the treatment Mr. Cogan prescribes, But now I
You
require...
mean to say you have read Thomas Cogan's Haven of Health? Why, that is a most technical book, writ for doctors and medical students. How did you come to be reading it?
My friend George Sprottle did bind a printing of it in his shop. He kindly let me spy some pages afore 'twas sent up to Cambridge. Oh, but Dr. Foreman, I forget myself. You have no medical degree, so you doubtless have not read it. Mayhap if I ask George nicely...
Sir, let us consult the stars and see if they may tell us what ails you.
Yeah. Let's go with that.
You do indeed suffer from the spotted fever, Mr. Mugg. Now, as to your cure. Aye, it does require some uncommon ingredients that I do not keep here in my chambers at present. A moment, pray, while I write this down. Here, take this recipe to your apothecary and have him make you up a preparation. Take a spoonful each morning until your red spots disappear.
Oh, ground up horns of a deer. And cinnamon, how very fine. And this red coral from the South Seas.
Aye, verily. Nothing but the finest of cures for my loyal querents.
It is just as well for us that I did consult Mr. Cogan's book, is it not, Dr. Foreman? On my word, my wife was very wrong to doubt him. I shall tell her you said so. One thing more, if you please, Dr. Foreman, for I feel I must give ye warning. A great storm is coming. I feel it in my bones, and my bones do always speak true. You would do well to bide indoors at the first sign of wind and rain. God keep you well, Dr. Foreman.
Okay. Oop, I almost got that one. Now, the common folk know how to read. We shall soon have no more need of doctors. Yes. Okay, so we are going to cut it off here. This is the end of part 4 of Astrologaster. We're pretty close to some more letters of recommendation. We still do not have any more than the one, though. And we don't have a girlfriend anymore. That was also somebody else's wife. But we're progressing on almost all of them except for Ferraro, who is probably a woman. So we'll be back for part 5 to uncover more of this stuff and see what's going on. Which, of course, is the very next installment. And until that time swears, as always, peace out.